last time we heard of the pink sauce lady, life was not looking good for her. And now, well, it's probably not a lot better, honestly.
Chef P is the mad scientist behind the pink sauce sludge that took the world by storm last year. A concoction so foul, I really thought there was a chance we'd see the sequel to COVID with this one.
Is this not the same intro he used last video when he talked about this subject, or is it just me?
Thought if people ate the pink sauce, they'd just start dropping dead from botulism, and I think we were pretty close. But luckily, a hero swooped in called Dave's Gourmet that purchased pink sauce from Chef P and vowed to actually make it edible and not poisonous. So, Pink Sauce Lady was able to take a disaster with this sauce and find success through Dave's Gourmet, who then put it in Walmarts across the United States. However, since then, Chef P has made unbelievably, incomprehensibly bad decisions. I think she is so bad at business that she will be studied for the next 100 years for how hard she has fumbled this whole thing, and she just continues to make it worse. She just gets worse and worse. I've made like 2 updates to her story over the last year because it's just, the clown show never
2? I only saw 1. What's going on here?
Stops with her. She had the GoFundMe recently, and now she's waged a very...
Didn't that GoFundMe end absolutely horribly? She wanted a couple of K for a representation in court. She got like 2 cents. That was great.
A public war against Dave's Gourmet, claiming they defrauded her. She acknowledges that Dave's Gourmet did pay her $120,000, but she fucking blew that all on Airbnbs and hotels, apparently, I guess. It's such a wacky story, but she's saying that...
What do you mean, blew it on hotels and Airbnbs? Did she buy them? What can you even buy? What kind of Airbnb shit can you buy in America for $100K? Is it? I think that can't even buy a shit nowadays in America, can it? I don't know. So she just spent all that money living in Airbnbs? I mean, that's pretty much what you would expect a woman to do with money, but man, a little bit dumb, huh?
Dave's Gourmet is a bunch of scoundrels that, you know, took money and didn't pay her what she was owed, this and that. And Dave's Gourmet has now responded to all the claims with their information about what the terms of their agreement were, the payments, and all of that in order to combat the claims that Chef P is waging against them. Now, I went over it on stream, but I couldn't pull up the official response from Dave's Gourmet for some reason. Right. So instead, I got just the bullet point breakdown from a LiveJournal account, which, side note, I had no idea LiveJournal still existed. It was like seeing an old friend. Such a blast from the fucking past to see that LiveJournal still exists. Okay, so here, they're just breaking down. Dave's Gourmet revealed that Veronica received $45,000 up front for purchasing the pink sauce brand from her. It was agreed that she would be responsible for handling all refunds to customers who received bad product or didn't receive anything despite paying.
Oh my god. 45K for a viral thing. Wow, that is cheap. That is as cheap as it gets. Plus, she's responsible for all the refunds? Okay, I see where she probably screwed up and was pissed. Because most likely she believed that no one's gonna refund it. And then it turns out a lot of people want to refund it.
Paying for it prior to the partnership. After the agreement was signed, it turns out Miss Shaw did not have enough...
Can you stop burping and buy a real camera?
...money to cover all refunds, so Dave's Gourmet gave her
You look like from the 2000s, like, come on.
$30,000 to cover refunds, even though it was not their responsibility. In fall of 2022, Shaw was struggling financially, so Dave's Gourmet provided Shaw with multiple cash advances that totaled more than $40,000. They did not charge her any interest or fees. These advances were supposed to be offset by the future royalties that Shaw was going to earn. Oh my...
Offset by future royalties that she was going to earn? So, well, you know, they essentially just didn't give her money in that case. They kind of gave her a 0% loan, and that's pretty much it. And by the way, do not mistake this situation. This company is not doing it out of the kindness of their heart, obviously. The reason why they are doing it, I already talked about this in the previous video, But these influencer deals, the influencer is supposed to, just provide value in a steady stream of people who are interested in buying the product. So these companies are gonna go out of their way to not punish breaks in contracts, because in a normal situation, if you're in real business, not the influencer business, if you break the contract, you're getting punished right there on the spot in second 0.1 of it happening. There's already people waiting to take advantage of that. But in influencer deals, you're not getting punished. No. Because the influencer matters. They want to keep the influencer as happy as long as possible. So they will ignore them breaking the contract blatantly. And we have seen this already a ton of times with different influencers, right? Mr. Beast is probably the best example. That Mr. Beast has broken the Mr. Beast burger contract multiple times in huge ways, and they didn't act at all. Because it's really bad if, your influencer who is saying this product is good is creating a fuss. So, this is not out of the kindness of their hearts. They're doing it out of pure interest. Self-interest.
God. She requested a $10,000 marketing expense to throw herself a birthday party to maybe be featured on TikTok.
Maybe.
She also requested they pay for a dress $800 and shoes $600. She's insane. She's an actual lunatic.
Why?
That is so quirky.
Why? If I was in her position, I would do honestly probably the same thing. I would see how much money they are willing to give me. If it was not a loan, if it was just that, and they wouldn't say, well, we're gonna remove that expense from your next payments. Bro, this woman just probably did not understand a single word said in the contract, because the reality is, you probably also are making the same mistake. You're hearing how Mr. Beast read his own contract and signed it. Or, some idiots like that. Moist Critical, Asmongold, Destiny, all of these people who literally are so stupid that they think they can understand a contract. Bruh, if you're in real life, if you're reading a contract and you understand what's written in there, you're getting scammed already. Or you're an influencer. Two choices. Either you're an influencer and the contract is written in baby language, so even a brain-dead moron like you can understand what's in there, or you're getting scammed. Instantly. There's no other option, okay? So, yeah. She probably read the contract, didn't understand a word that was said except she gets money, and she's like, yeah, this is perfect.
And now she goes on TikTok daily talking about how Dave fucked her. Now she can't afford to have a house or feed her children, even though they were more than generous here. Like, extremely generous.
Not generous.
I don't know how you blow through all of that money.
You see what I mean? Again, clueless. This is not generosity in the slightest. This is them protecting a business interest.
Matter of 6 months, but that is shameful. Shaw attempted to submit business expense reports for personal expenses like buying 4 pairs of sneakers or expensing her grocery bills.
Obviously.
Dave's Gourmet informed her that such activities were fraudulent. How dumb is she? How can someone actually be that dumb? Dave's Gourmet is not your dad. Like, he's not just gonna cover every single one of your bills just because he bought your fucking scam-ass pink sauce, your biological weapon that you were bottling.
Bro, the lady thought that was the tax man. By the way, it's completely doable with the tax man. If you're self-employed, you can pretty much write off a pair of underwear as a business expense. And that's legal,
He bought your revolting potion for some reason, which was a terrible business decision from Dave's Gourmet to begin with. And now she's just...
How was that a terrible business decision? $45,000 for a viral thing? Bruh, that's the best investment I have seen in my life. Imagine if it pays off even just for a month. That's huge money. That's huge money. That's smart.
Just trying to suck as much juice out of the tank as she can here. What in the world? And yeah, no, she blew through all of this in like 6 months. She went live talking about, here, I'll just pull up her TikTok again. talking about how she's homeless, can't feed her children, and Dave's Gourmet, the $120,000 they gave her was in installments, and she spent it all on Airbnbs and hotels. I guess she literally went into diamond and gold-plated Airbnbs in order to spend that.
Nah, she probably just was in pretty average Airbnbs. Renting is an absolute fucking scam. It is. It really, really is. Renting is the biggest scam in the history of humanity, especially Airbnbs. Oh my lord, is that bad.
How much in 6 months?
And women love Airbnbs. You can get the lowest, dirtiest rat roach infested B&B ever, and a woman is gonna be, it's exciting. We're going on a vacation. It's like going on a vacation. We're not home. Yeah, sure, there's rats and cockroaches all over, but at least it's not at home. It's exciting. Wow.
But she is beyond irresponsible. She has only herself to blame for everything that's happened here. Is this? This is a piece of it, but I don't think it's the whole thing. Is this where she talks about it?
Long story short, these people defrauded me. So I would have to sue them for fraud because it's not only the calculation of the royalty, but it's everything else.
Again, as I stated previously in my first video, it seems we were pretty much exact on the money of in our predictions. She had no idea what she's signing, and turns out this contract, considering what was written here, it doesn't seem that contract was written even in a complicated language. And by the way, if you're thinking, what would you even mean complicated language? Get out of McDonald's, find a real fucking job. Go up the chain, go up the ladder, go up the chain, and fucking then you're gonna understand what I mean when I say complicated language in a contract. Again, I'm not joking when I'm saying, if you understand a single word that's written in a contract, that contract is bull. But maybe they didn't even do it to her because they probably, this is probably not the first time they see someone like this, and they know, but we don't even need to actually try hard to make this contract. We're just gonna make it blatantly readable and obvious, and she's still gonna be too fucking stupid to understand what's written inside there. 100%. Wow. But yeah, exactly as predicted. Too dumb to understand what's written in the contract.
Everything else, like paying for your birthday party of $10,000 plus, including your dress and shoes.
Also, the funny the funny part is they can countersue her to try and get back the money they spent on her dress and shoes. Which is probably something that they will do. Because keep in mind, lawsuits like this for big companies cost zero money. Because every big company doesn't have to hire a lawyer. They have an internal department of literal lawyers. And the lawyers that are doing small time suing stuff like this probably are bored to their death and begging for this to happen, so they at least have something to do, something to pat themselves on the back for.
The GoFundMe, which for some reason Kyrie Irving donated $24,000 to.
Who is Kyrie Irving?
Actual brain dead decision, but I mean money means nothing to him. So she'll get to throw herself another birthday party with that money. And then complain again on TikTok Live. Oh, I'm not lying. Here, look. Nice. If you go to her GoFundMe, which is still up.
Wait, did it actually receive more than $2? That's insane.
See the donations.
Oh, so it's just a 25k from one person and that's everything. Wow.
Kyrie Irving is right here.
Wow.
$24,240 a month ago.
Who is Kyrie Irving anyway?
So that money's going right in the shitter. That's going to be maybe like 5 pairs of shoes that she's going to blow that one on, I guess.
Probably.
She actually got to experience some of the luckiest set of circumstances a human being can have. Just in her kitchen, cooking up some wicked alchemy, makes the pink sauce, it goes viral on TikTok, people buy it out the ass, and she delivers poison. She basically tries to assassinate people via postage with their pink sauce. And then even in spite of that, she was able to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat by getting bought by Dave's Gourmet. And then she
That's
still
true,
fumbled
though.
that.
She didn't fumble it. Everything probably happened exactly the way the Dave's Gourmet expected it to happen. They pay an exorbitantly low amount of money for something viral, which is a pretty solid investment because, again, even if this thing sells for a week or two or a month, they're probably going to make a huge shit ton of money. Because, again, they're selling to the Walmarts that are bought into the hype. So they don't actually need to sell the product probably, unless they have a deal with Walmart that, that the Walmart can return unsold goods. In which case, it's a little bit worse, but probably not that bad. So you kind of get the point. They got everything that they want.
It's impressive. It's actually impressive.
So first of all, I want to acknowledge this $120,000.
I like that she puts it in quotes, even though that's exactly what it was.
The blog saying that they paid me. So number one, it wasn't an upfront payment of $120,000 straightforward.
That makes no difference, by the way.
It was sent to me partially. I don't know if it blocked out right there because the low battery thing came. But they were partial payments, and then also a huge chunk of that money went towards me paying for Airbnb and paying for hotels because, mind y'all, I was homeless for 6 months.
So that's where...
How is that their fault? Or anything? Why... Man, if you're homeless, why are you buying the most expensive Airbnb you can find? Because you can bet that she bought something expensive.
All of the money apparently went, which I think is impossible. Even if you chose the top line Airbnbs and hotels, you would not blow through $120,000 fucking dollars.
Are you sure about that, Chief? Average hotel price in America per day. Let's see it to believe it. What does Google tell us? Okay, the average price is so the average price is roughly $50. So that's 1.5K if you were in an average price hotel for a full month, right? She probably was in something expensive. Let's see. She's stupid. She thinks she made it big. She thinks she's rich. She probably was spending time in an Airbnb that was roughly $200 per day. So that is roughly $6K per month. So yeah, I can actually imagine her blowing all that money in Airbnbs and hotels. I absolutely have no problem imagining that she can blow that money out without any problems. Because keep in mind, because this is how the human mind works. If she has a lot of money coming, spending money in a luxurious hotel, I know I'm not gonna Google it, but in my country that's like $300 to $500. In America, it's probably 4 times more expensive. So a pretty luxurious, not super end of the line hotel, probably in America per day, is something like $2K. So sprinkle in staying in an Airbnb for a month, which is roughly probably $6K for her, plus staying in a hotel that's probably like $1 to $2K, and she most likely did it, I'm gonna assume 5 times a month. So that would be, let's say $8K, because maybe she spent 2 days at that place, things like that, right? Because, a girl's gotta have her fun, right? So, add that. Yeah, I can see her easily spending at least half or slightly more than half of that money that she was given in Airbnbs and hotels. Absolutely no problem I have seeing that.
In 6 months. It just wouldn't happen. That is unbelievably reckless. So that is a blatant, bold-faced lie. Shaw communicated that she had spent the entirety of her previous advances and that she needed another advance to feed her children and to avoid being evicted. Dave's Gourmet sent her 2 advances that totaled $5K. This seems... Honestly, everything that's happened with this lawsuit makes Dave's Gourmet seem like a fucking saint. Like an
No, this is just you having no real life experience. They're just protecting their investment. 5K and she keeps silent and happy is, by the way, this is an advancement. It's not like they're, as much as I can understand from what was written here, they're not actually giving her money. They're just giving her money. And they're saying, yeah, this is gonna be reduced from your dividends, income, salary, or whatever they want to call it. And she's probably too stupid to realize that that is money minus from her, future her. So yeah, there's absolutely no problem with them giving her 5K. There's literally no problem with them giving her 5K because they're not actually giving her money. They're just giving her own money, essentially.
Absolutely beautiful place and business partner. They just keep giving her money because they're buying into her lies. She is not spending shit on her children or anything besides herself. And they keep sending her money. And then she keeps being such an asshole to them. She had a party on a yacht and tried to flex on TikTok. No way. There's just no shot she had a party on a yacht.
How is that unbelievable? I mean, if young idiot American gets a lot of money and fame on TikTok, yeah, I'll fucking instantaneously throw down $100 saying they're gonna try and flex their fame in some kind of expensive way with a rented car, rented yacht, or something like that. Easy. Like, easiest bet of my life, boy.
Yacht. Let me see. Now I have to check that claim. I don't even think she'd be that dumb. Because Dave Gourmet would see that. Another thing she whined about was that she had to do art.
Yeah. Because his rationale why she wouldn't do it is because Dave Gourmet would see that. Dave Gourmet don't give a fuck. They're not giving her actual real money. They're giving her something that they know they're gonna make anyway. Charlie, nothing of this is kindness from Dave's Gourmet. You just completely misunderstand the situation, how this works.
Marketing herself. Here, let me give you a peek at her super expensive marketing for the pink sauce. Just take a video of pink sauce on some food. Nothing else.
Smart.
Actually, nothing else. So that cost $0.
Damn, look at that. 80K views on a TikTok. You bet she's bragging about being TikTok famous. Also, she kind of looks freaky, I'm not gonna lie. Not hot at all.
Yeah, I don't see the yacht you're referring to, though. In June of 2023, Shaw submitted an expense report to Dave's Gourmet that included requests for payment for her time dedicated to making social media content. Such requests were outside of the terms of the agreement. Dave's Gourmet then asked for clarifications related to the various expenses listed by Shaw, but backups, receipts, and explanations were not provided. What a shocking development there. She didn't provide any proof of the things she was claiming the money was being used on.
Yeah. They just got tired of this. Because one thing is allowing someone to do this, but you're not going to allow it for extended period of time. Again, this is not Mr. Beast is being a moron and completely breaking the terms of the terms he agreed to upon with Mr. Beast Burger. No. This woman is not that valuable, okay? And the moment everyone forgets about her, this company is gonna... Well, they already threw her out, as you can see. No one cares about the pink sauce lady anymore. Guess what? That company suddenly doesn't care about her either. Again, complete misunderstanding just how life works.
Not because it wasn't being used by what she was saying, just because... Fuck you. Why don't you trust her? Ms. Shaw had certain obligations in her contract related to social media activities that she violated multiple times, but Dave's Gourmet chose not to enforce them as to not create a strained relationship.
Yes, obviously.
I didn't think she could make herself look like more of an asshole than the time she was on the Karamo show interview, where she condescendingly talked to that lady who was just concerned about her health with pink sauce. But yet somehow she found a way. She looks like an even bigger asshole now. This company did not even force her to abide by the contract she signed because they didn't want to have a bad relationship with her. And then she goes and burns the bridge anyway publicly. She started all of this, by the way. It wasn't Dave's Gourmet. She is the one that...
She didn't start this. Dave's Gourmet would have literally just kicked her ass out the second there's no more relevancy for her. Again, how can you make Dave's Gourmet the heroes here or the good guys? Is just an absolute unreasonable lack of understanding how the real world functions. This is insane.
Blew the lid off of this with all the hoopla. In total, Veronica Shaw received over $120,000 in payments from her partnership with Dave's Gourmet and Pink Sauce since August of 2022 to date. Dave's Gourmet offered to pay her attorney fees to go over her contract and make sure all payments she has received are in fact correct, but she declined.
Yep.
She's
By the way, that's a trap. That is a trap. They wanted to do that to just reduce expenses and get her to be in debt to them. That's it. That's what that is. She's actually 100% correct declining that. Admittedly, she probably declined based off emotion and being pissed. But no, declining that is 100% the correct move because they were just planning to, make her pay money back.
just been brain rotted by TikTok. She really thinks if she just whines and cries on TikTok, somehow the big bad Dave's Gourmet is going to give her even more money that she doesn't deserve.
Yes.
They did so much for her. Far more than any reasonable, sane person or company would ever do for.
Absolutely clueless thing. But that's Charlie for you. Well, honestly, that's everyone big on Twitch or YouTube. Clueless and clueless again. But it was funny. It is funny watching how this woman completely destroyed herself. Well, she would have gotten destroyed. Well, she wouldn't gotten destroyed if she was a decent, reasonable person. But, you know, again, Dave's Gourmet would not lather her forever. It would probably be better because the reality is also, you need to understand, there's not some kind of executive high above saying, yes, we need to destroy Pink Sauce Lady the moment she's now no longer valuable to us. That's not how that works. But that works that way if someone has to constantly work with her and gets pissed and has the ability to do that, you know? Because they don't care about her that much. The moment you're not useful anymore, boop, you're out. But, you know, that's it. Anyway, that's pretty much it from Critical Moist Penguin Charlie. What a time to be alive. Anyway, this was Quitter Said, and thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.